Phil Collins' health struggles. Phil Collins, one of the most well-known musicians of our time, has been a part of people's lives for decades with his amazing voice and drumming skills. But now, at 74 years old, his health has become a serious issue, and fans are heartbroken to hear how much he has been struggling. In a recent interview, Collins shared that he has been very sick and has lost the desire to make music, something that has been his whole life for so many years. His health problems didn't happen overnight. They have been getting worse for more than a decade, and now they have reached a point where he can no longer do the things he once loved. It all started in 2007 when he dislocated a vertebra in his neck while on tour with Genesis. At first, it seemed like something that would heal, but it led to severe nerve damage, especially in his hands. As time passed, things only got worse. He tried his best to keep playing, but eventually the pain became unbearable. He even revealed that at one point he had to take drumsticks to his hands just to get through performances. But even that wasn't enough, and he had to stop drumming altogether. In 2015, Collins had major neck surgery, hoping it would fix some of the damage. But instead of helping, it caused another problem. Dropped foot. This condition makes it difficult for him to lift the front part of his foot, making it hard to walk. Now he has to use a cane to move around, which is a huge contrast from the energetic performer he once was. Besides the physical pain, losing his ability to perform has been emotionally hard for him. He started playing drums when he was just 5 years old, and for his whole life, music was everything. Suddenly being unable to do what he had done for decades was a huge shock. It's still kind of sinking in a bit, he admitted. I've spent all my life playing drums. To suddenly not be able to do that is a shock. In March 2022, he had no choice but to retire. His last concert was at the O2 Arena in London, where he performed with his Genesis bandmates, Mike Rutherford and Tony Banks. Unlike the old days, he had to sit during the whole performance, unable to move around like he used to. His son, Nick Collins, played the drums for him, allowing the band to complete their farewell tour. It was an emotional night for everyone. Fans who were there described it as bittersweet, knowing it was the last time they would see him perform live. After the tour, Collins opened up about how his health problems had completely changed his life. Drumming has taken its toll on my hands and legs, he said. If I can't do what I did as well as I did it, I'd rather relax and not do anything. These words show that he has accepted the reality of his situation, but at the same time, it's clear that it hasn't been easy for him to let go. His health struggles have made even everyday tasks difficult. Things that were once simple now require effort, and that has been frustrating for him. Those who know him well have seen how hard it has been for him to adjust. His son, Nick, has spoken about how musicians often feel like they are invincible and that they can keep going forever. People in bands think they can go on forever, Nick said, but you don't realize the toll it takes until it's too late. Fans from all over the world have shared their sadness and support, trying to come to terms with the fact that the man who once filled stadiums with his music is now struggling to even walk. Many have been reminiscing about his concerts, remembering the energy he brought to the stage. Others have been listening to his songs, finding comfort in the music that shapes so many memories for them. Collins' career has been nothing short of legendary. He has been in the music industry for over 50 years, first as the drummer and later the lead singer of Genesis, and then as a hugely successful solo artist. His influence is undeniable, and his music has touched millions of people. Songs like In the Air Tonight and Against All Odds continue to be loved by fans of all ages. Even though he is no longer performing, Collins hasn't completely ruled out making music again. But at this point, it all depends on his health. If I wake up one day and I can hold a pair of drumsticks, then I'll have a crack at it, he said. But I just feel like I've used up my air miles. There's a sadness in his words, but also a sense of acceptance. Right now, he is focusing on his health and spending time with his loved ones. No one knows what the future holds for him, but one thing is for sure. His legacy will never fade. He may not be able to perform anymore, but his music will always be there, inspiring generations to come. Fans and fellow musicians continue to send him their best wishes, hoping that he finds comfort in knowing how much he is loved and appreciated. The world may not see him behind a drum set again, but his voice, his music, and his influence will never be forgotten.